famous. Yeah, I gotta keep it trendy on my soul. I'm the most selfish person that I know. Here we go down the rabbit hole. Got a couple carrots from my neck.
We're live. Welcome back to Mescaline Moguls. It's your boy, the one with the scar in space, your boy Scarface. And today we got another episode for you guys. You know, I want to thank you guys for always tuning into the podcast, always listening, always supporting. So if you're wherever you guys are listening to this, please give us a thumbs up, a 5-star rating, or whatever the case may be, wherever you're at, because it definitely does help the podcast out. You know, Spotify will use it to push out to other people so they can see it and get some help. And shout out to everybody who does come over from the TikTok. So, and also just that FYI, I did start so we're going to start doing some content in Spanish too, because a lot of people are asking me to do some content in Spanish. So definitely going to do that for you guys. So I'm also I need to link it in my links, but if not, go over to it's just Scarface. I put it as El Scarface, but I don't think that's a username. I think it's Scarface in Espanol right now, but it's going to change to El Scarface too. So I'm just waiting for it to switch. That way I can switch it to that. But anyways, thank you guys again for always tuning in, coming over from the podcast, and supporting your boy. Also, if you guys do, as you can see, like on my hat, which side is it? I also rock the pin. You know, I also rock the pins. So we do have a straight razor, the Sleeping Goku, which has been the most popular, the baseball one, and like I said, everything is going to be linked in the bio. Shout out to everybody who also does buy the merch. I'm not wearing one of the shirts right now, but, you know, I'm wearing this Harley Quinn one. But the Stepdaddy and Training shirt. We also have Stepmommy. We also have Slide in these DMs so I can slide in you. Pull Out Champ. We have a whole bunch of them. So Sucias, we got them all. So definitely check the links out in the bio. It's going to take you to all that. So, and also if you're listening to this as the audio version, Spotify and YouTube video version. So just know that's where I do put the video version. So if you guys want to check out the podcast in the video form, definitely Spotify or YouTube. So it's going to be on both. Anyways, all right. So today's episode, right? One of the most popular questions that I've been getting lately is how, well, almost like to heal. But so what I'm gonna do is like how to forgive and move forward on, like, in relationships. You know, technically heal, move past, get over it. You know, because it's not as easy as people think. So. This was actually a request that I had. You know, shout out to you guys who keep requesting podcast episodes as well. Because if there's something you guys want me to talk about, we'll talk about it. And then I do my little research and stuff like that. And, you know, make sure you guys get great content. So it's important. Like, I think that's something I struggle with too, is that I'm very stubborn, right? So I'm pretty stubborn, and I usually don't forgive people. It takes a lot for me to forgive somebody, right? And especially if, like, but the reason it takes a lot for me to forgive somebody, because it took a lot for that person to get in that position, if that makes sense. So that's why I think it's pretty difficult for me to forgive people. But do I personally let it sit and, like, think of, like, mess me up? Probably not that long. You know what I mean? Like, I get over it. I know there's people who's going to be shady. There's people who are going to stab you in the back. There's people going to be coming into your life and then all of a sudden remove themselves and you don't know why, you know, or they did something to hurt you. So there's a bunch of different reasons. Do I stay stuck on it very long? No. Because I know I talked about it before, is I get over situations really fast. You know, like, if we have an argument, trust me, by the end of the night or the end of the day, I'm basically over it. You know, I'm back to joking around, having fun. And one of my exes did not like that at all. She wanted which is good, it's good and bad, because maybe sitting there and talking about the issues that we were having probably would have helped, instead of me just trying to, like, move past them. It could have been like me as let's just get over it, move on. But it's also like, why are we upset over some, like, stupid shit? You know, like, that's what was my thing. Is like, why am I upset over something stupid? You know, I don't want to be upset, but everybody's different. That's why I always say, like, everybody is a little bit different. So we're going to go over the top 10 reasons why. Because people love top 10s, you know what I mean? Like, people love top 10s. We're going to go over the top 10 reasons why it's important to forgive and move forward in relationships. And hopefully I'll be able to learn and take some things for myself too. So The number one that we have is emotional well-being. Forgiving promotes emotional healing, reducing negative emotions such as anger, resentment, and bitterness. And I can see this like a while back ago. There, you know how like you think you have some boys, right? And you tell them stuff, and they're obviously supposed to keep their mouth shut. Well, there was somebody like I was super close with, and all of a sudden like this dude was like snitching on shit, like going and telling stuff. Like I was like, bro, like why are you doing that? You know, like, and so long story short, it it took me a while to get over it, right? Like it took me a while to go over it, but once I was like, you know what, whatever. Like you did what you did. We were young, whatever. I actually felt a lot better afterwards. I felt, you no longer when you see that person, you're just like, like I don't like this person or something like that. Like everybody's a little different, but yeah, I did feel good afterwards. And then also like, I'm not going to get into the whole situation of what happened, right? So like one of my exes did some like shady stuff too, right? And I don't know if I talked about it. I don't want to put it on blast, but she did some shady stuff, and it made you mad for the longest time, if that makes sense. Like it would always upset me, like when you start thinking about her, because it happens. Like when you separate from somebody, you always thinking of that person, right? Whether it be like in a good way, bad way, whatever. But when that person pops into your head, right, you tend to feel those emotions again, if that makes sense. So until, because even then, like after I found out like what was going on, I did a lot of yelling, a lot of name calling, a lot of this and that. Never anything physical, right? I was just mad. And that's why I said, like, it takes a lot for me to get mad. But if it got to that point where I was yelling and that, yeah, trust me, it was bad. But then, like, obviously, like, after a few months, because after that, we were done, right? After a few months, it was more than a few months. Probably, I would say a good, like, probably over a year. A year and a few months. That just wasn't me, right? It wasn't me. Like, that's not how I talk to people. That's not, like, I've never disrespected people like that. I was just mad, right? At that moment when I found out some stuff, I was just mad, angry. And so that's why it's better just wait. Don't react. Wait and just, like, let yourself cool down. But no, at that time, I went off. I heard it, I went off. And so I was obviously called her stuff that I would never call anybody, yelling, just a whole lot of, it was never nothing physical. I wasn't like grabbing her or pushing, no, none of that, right? It was just yelling, a lot of yelling, a lot of name calling and things, like I said, like I never say it. But after a period of time, I had her blocked. Like you guys know, I have her blocked, or any ex, I have them blocked, their phone number, their social media, like whatever the case may be, right? But I just felt like, I wanted to apologize for that. And I had told somebody that I wanted to do that, and they're like, wait, you trying to get back with her? I was like, no. I was like, I don't want to get back with her. I was like, that shit didn't work out. I just felt bad. It was probably like my conscience, like feeling bad that I talked to somebody like that. So what I did was I emailed her and kind of explained like that I apologize for like talking to her like that and like yelling at her and disrespecting her and like just saying a bunch of stuff I shouldn't have said, right? And then I felt great afterwards. I felt amazing, like, because I felt like I needed to get off my chest. But then afterwards, she like sent me an email afterwards too. And it kind of sounded like she wanted to keep talking, but no. I just needed to say what I needed to say. And then I just left it at that. I never responded after that. I still got the proof too, like that I could probably find the email. So if anyone says like, no, you respond, no, not at all. But it did feel good doing that. You know what I mean? Like, and that goes into the next one is personal growth. Is forgiveness allows individuals to grow and evolve from the past and experiences and fostering a more resilient mindset. So and this also depends on your situation. Like obviously, like if they were beating the shit out of you, like it's very hard. I wouldn't forgive somebody for that. So I'm not saying forgive it, but when people step outside the relationship, or just don't give you the attention that you need, like anything that like that, I get it. Or they just like obviously hooked up with somebody that you knew. It's not so much for forgiving them because you're trying to like that wasn't my thing. Like I forgave this person and what they did too. At the time, it was also I forgave about what happened. Um, it helps you grow from there, right? Like be mature instead of like holding. Because I'm like again, I'm so used to holding like grudges. I'm very stubborn. Like I can hold a grudge for forever. And again, that's my problem too. Because as of today, there's still grudges that I hold with some people that happened years and years ago. But that's just how I am. So, and I'm growing as well. So don't act like I'm not growing or I'm not trying to get better. It's just it takes a little bit of time, right? uh, so personal growth, see, like slow baby steps. Sooner or later, hopefully, get over the whole situation, and be able to forgive everybody. Because I've been trying to forgive people, right? But there's like certain things that I don't know, you just probably can't yet as of yet. Maybe, like I said, maybe in the future. Number 3 is improved mental health. Letting go of grudges and moving forward can lead to reduced stress, anxiety, and depression, contributing to overall mental well-being. And I don't think things like what again, everybody's different. So like if you're going through a situation like that where it's just always bugging you, if you're looking for closure, I don't think you can get that, you know, just because they may never tell you exactly. Like I like to watch Tiger Belly. For those that people who don't know, that's Bobby Lee and his girl, and they went through like a whole 2-year relationship. Problems with like in 2 years they hadn't been together for I forgot how long, but they had like, they said the past 2 years they were having issues, and they were trying to figure out what the issues were until Bobby finally just flat out said what his issues were. Right, his issues were like he had been with her for so long that he just wanted somebody different. Like he's like basically said, he's like, I just wanted to hook up with different people. I just wanted to try something else. Like I got used to the same thing over and over. I just wanted something different. And the girl said that she would have rather had him say that since the beginning than them trying to work it out, like whatever was going on, because obviously nothing was working. And I guess they hadn't hooked up in like 2 years. So obviously there was like issues going on and problems going on. But that's why so imagine like the things that she was going through, right? Mental health, like all this stuff, like stress, anxiety, maybe even depression, because she's trying to figure out why this person is not interested in her anymore or anything like that. So shout out to Prime. So I think that's my next step. But like I said, it doesn't bug me like that. Maybe because I don't see these people as often or don't run into it, or I'm just like super busy, right? So I'm never like, oh, I'm holding this grudge right now or anything like that. So maybe that's why I don't really think about it, or it doesn't affect me. But of course, when that same person comes around, or like if you guys are in the same area, like of course, like those things start to pop and you're just like annoyed of it, or you just want to leave. You know what I mean? Like you go through all those, like you don't want to be in the same place or something like that. So I feel like that's the only time it bugs me. I don't think it really bugs me other than that. You know, like I never like just sit here and be like, oh man, I wish I would get over that. No. But again, like this is why I say like everybody's different. Like maybe this is why you might be having issues, and you might maybe forgiving this person or whoever you're thinking about is gonna help you. Like especially like if it was somebody who possibly cheated, you know, or maybe like it was a friend that whoever you're with like took your man or took your woman or anything like that. So because it's weird. I had a situation a while back ago. Like they had broken up, right? And I know both of them. And I know both of them. And then I found out that they broke up, and I was like, oh shit, that sucks, damn. um, and then afterwards, the girl started messaging me like out of nowhere, and I was just like, this is kind of weird. You know what I mean? Like, I just didn't want to. I was just like, hey, basically, like, it sucks you guys broke up. Wish you the best. But like, you could tell like she was trying to come on to me, and I was just not having that, just because. I just think about like the issues that was gonna be brought up. But the thing is, like, some people go through with that, and then like they get caught later on, and now you have all these issues. Like, say it was your friend that hooked up with them, or uh, they didn't follow girl code, they didn't follow bro code, or anything like that, and now you hold these grudges, and then it bugs you for the longest time, and just maybe just forgiving. I'm not saying like be friends with them, like again, like when I forgave, or not forgave, but like I apologized and kind of forgave like what happened. I wasn't looking to get back with her. I wasn't looking to be friends with her. I wasn't looking for any of that. I just wanted her to get it from me saying that my bad for disrespecting like that. It's not me. She knows it's not me. I was just very angry. But for some reason, I felt like I had to tell her, and then because after I told her, I felt great. I felt fine. Like it has never bugged me ever since then. But before that, it was bugging me. Like, I was like, damn, like I should have never talked to her like that. I didn't want to leave that type of impression because we were together for a while, right? We were together for a while, and then to that be our last conversation, I don't know, just didn't sit well with me. And that's why I had to reach out. Or like if you're currently in a relationship too, like number 4 we have here is healthier relationships. Forgiving creates foundation for healthier relationships by promoting understanding, empathy, and open communication. And it could mean like not necessarily like forgiving that issue that you guys went through, but maybe in the future, like what things need to be communicated, like and that way you guys can like build a healthier relationship with each other, because I've learned things from each relationship, that I've had, or like people that I've met. And I'm sure you guys have done the same too. So like it just helps for like a healthier relationship. Like me now, I'm just like, but like I don't want to do the whole like I'm talking to this person, I'm talking to that person, like I'm trying to juggle 3 girls, 4 girls, like that shit was stressful. That shit is stressful. And then you realize how much the pain you give people when they find out, like you realize how much because it sucks when you get caught doing some shit like that. Like it doesn't feel great. Like you're just not like, oh well, not my problem. It's more like, fuck, like now she's over here crying, she's mad, she wants to kill me, like all sorts of stuff. So, and that really does affect somebody too. So that's why like you learn things along the relationships that way you can have healthier relationships. And forgiving goes along, because it's hard to forgive some things. Again, like not relationship wise, but like I said, I've forgiven some people for some certain things that you've done that most people I don't think would have, or even just like apologize. But it, like I said, it helps because now it helps you grow. That way, your next relationship hopefully isn't as bad, or it's a lot better. Like me right now, it's. Like if I were to start talking to somebody and it goes down that path, like it would be like, I've learned to communicate better, like issues that I have going on. Meaning like if something bugs me, if I don't like that they did something or something like that, which usually doesn't come up just because I got shit to do. And I'm sure people got shit to do too. You know what I mean? Like when you stay busy, is me having to talk to somebody all day that doesn't bug me at all. You know how some people, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? Hey, what are you doing? No, so again, like it can help, like all these just help, it may be one, it may be the other one. You never know. Number 5 that we have is inner peace. Forgiveness brings inner peace, freeing individuals from the burden of carrying emotional baggage from the past. And I think that's why I wanted to like kind of forgive / apologize for like the things that I did. Not things that I did, the things that I said, you know, at the end. And just like with other people too, like just apologizing, forgiving. Because some people, like, again, like I said, they've been shady. I'm not saying like people haven't been shady in my life and I forgave them. There was somebody, like I was talking earlier, that they were going and snitching a bunch of shit that they shouldn't have been talking about because I thought we were boys, right? Like I thought they were cool. Like, I can tell you this and you're not going to go and run and tell a bunch of people, is basically what happened. And so, but then later on, obviously I was mad at the time, but then you just like forgive them just because it's easier to forgive and then just like move forward. And again, I'm not saying that you have to be best friends with them. You just have to do it more for you and see what it does. Like, you never know. Like, what if you apologize to them and then like be like, man, I've been waiting for you to apologize. I've been trying to apologize, you know, and like maybe it goes down that path. But would I ever like forgive somebody doing something shady in a relationship and then get back with them? No. If you want to do it, cool. Me, absolutely no. Would never. So again, that one's totally up to you guys. And that's not something that I would ever do because I've tried to work it out with people. Then, because again, I've said it on the TikToks all the time. If it gets to the point where we have to break up or separate, it's probably not going to work out because we've all seen those cycles, like where you try it again. And trust me, I've done it before. It never worked out. The people that I've seen try it before, it never works out. There's like maybe one that I might know, one that they tried it and it worked out. Like, and then people were like, "Oh, see what happened with Nelly and the shot." No, that could be the one. You know what I mean? Like, how many times have you seen people try to work it out? Doesn't work. More than that. You know, and they're just showing you all the highlights, right? They're showing you like them having fun, and it could be like that. But again, you never know how it is behind closed doors. Like the whole thing with the Tekashi 6ix9ine right now, they look super happy, but now all this shit is coming out where supposedly she was beating him, threatening him with knives, trying to shoot him, and then they're also saying that he was beating her, like this and that. But when they posted on social media, everything was great, lovey-dovey. They're hugging, they're kissing, they're flirting. You see, so you never know. You never know what's going on behind closed doors. And then rebuilding trust, moving forward involves rebuilding trust, which is essential for restoration and strengthening of relationships, which is true. You know, maybe, I don't know. That could be one, but rebuilding trust, it's hard. Like, would I trust that person again? No. You know what I mean? Like, they obviously showed their colors or whatever the case happened. Would I be able to rebuild the trust with that person? Probably not. But it might for you. Again, this is why I say, like, everybody's different. There's no, like, right or wrong way. If, like, forgiving helps you to, like, somehow rebuild trust with somebody, maybe, because that's the whole, like, I did the whole podcast on, like, overthinking and, like, issues that go on with me, because I could have trust issues, meaning like trust issues in the way, like, I don't think this person is being shady or anything like that. It's more like, when is this person going to exit my life? Meaning, like, they're only here for a period of time. Just because, like, things that happen. So, like, that you see what maybe it's trust issues that I have, or commitment issues, or me just thinking that this person is going to leave, you know? Because that's how it's been, you know? And so, like, that's when my head thinks is like, okay, if I start talking to this person, how long until this person is gone? So again, like, that one, rebuilding trust, because I've forgiven people, but it didn't help with that, you know? So maybe that one's doesn't do anything for me in that area. But again, it could be different for you. Number 7 that we have is enhanced connection. Forgiving allows individuals to reconnect in deeper level, fostering more meaningful and positive connection. And that's probably with the next person, because I do feel like with the next person, if you communicate with them better, you're able to connect with them a lot better, right? that's why I feel like it's important for guys to be able to communicate with whoever they're with, like even if it's just like within work, within other people, like friends, being able to communicate like issues. Like nobody talks about, like, say when you hang out with a bunch of friends, right? Nobody talks about issues, like, right? Like those awkward conversations, like, hey, yo, like so and so, I don't like this dude, or I don't like that he did that. And sometimes they do, but you see it like when they hash it out, everything's all great afterwards. Um, and then I'm sure that bond is even better, right? Afterwards, you've seen those videos where they start fighting, and afterwards, I love you, man. It could be like that. You never know. But I do feel like communicating and like being able to forgive and not carrying those, like, because I could have carried that. Like now, every girl's gonna be like act like what happened in that relationship that I'm talking about, like where I went and messaged her. I could have carried it on to the next one. Like this person's gonna do the same thing, or this person's gonna do the same thing, because everybody has different intentions. But that's what happens though. Like when something fucked up happens, you think the next person's gonna do the same fucked up shit, and then if it does happen again, who now to even think that anyone is even now this third person could be the best guy in the world, but you never gave him the benefit of that doubt because you thought he was gonna be just like these other guys, and that you end up ruining that relationship because past traumas. So again, these are just things to think about, right? Maybe this is that. Maybe I'll forgive this person. Maybe I'll forgive that person, and see where it leads to. You never know. Prevention of resentment. Holding on to grudges can lead to long-term resentment, which can erode the foundation of a relationship. Forgiving helps prevent this. And again, this kind of sounds like if they do something shady in the relationship, most people are going to stick in the relationship, right? Like a lot of people wouldn't be like me and just like out. So I can see like maybe you forgiving that person for doing that, because maybe they did fuck up. Maybe something did happen. Maybe the other person came on to them and they just like the feeling. And then, like you never know. That's why like it's hard to say like, do like the grudges that I still have, do I have like, would I have resentment if anything? Probably not. That's what I say right now. And like, I mean, you guys know I'm pretty honest, like with the things that I say. They don't bug me. They don't bug me just because I know where I'm at. Like I know a lot of these things didn't happen because of me. Some of them did, right? But some of them didn't. But do I have resentment? Like, oh man, I wish I would. Nah. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that's too much to think about unless you're actually going to go and like talk to this person or forgive this person or work it out with this person. I really just don't let it bug me. Like, and it sucks to say, or it could be good. You never know. Like, it could be a good thing because now I just don't get all clogged up in my head with this shit. Or it's bad because now maybe anytime I do have a grudge, I'm just going to hold it, and never like acknowledge it, never take care of, you know what I mean? Like, so it could be bad, good and bad. I don't know. Like, as of right now, does that shit bug me? Absolutely not. The only thing that I'm worried about is like me, the people in my circle, and then that's it. But you know what I mean? Like, of course, I want everyone to do great. Everyone wanting to like whatever their dreams are. Like, if they want to start TikTok, podcast, whatever. Like, I'm all for it. I'm trying to support you. But you guys know what I mean. Like, you have your close people that you would do anything for. So that's what I mean by that. So number 9, that we have positive outlook. Letting go of past grievances promotes a positive outlook on life, fostering optimism and greater sense of hope. And yes, because I got a lot of that out of like forgiving and moving on through those that I told you guys about, and it felt great afterwards. And it gives you a positive, like, okay, cool, like I can do this shit, and it feels better when you get over those issues and just like talk about it. Again, people are gonna be like, well, why don't you do it with the other people? I don't know. I don't feel like doing it. And that just, like, I can't tell you why I feel like doing it. Do I feel like, hey, let me hit this person up and try to like fix this shit, or see what happened, get over it, move on? It doesn't bug me that much. So maybe that's why. But the other ones that I did, like obviously my ex, that was like bugging me a lot, and it felt great afterwards. Then the other one where I forgave a buddy for like being shady and stuff like that. Because there's other times too, but I just don't want to talk about them because then I have to get into detail. And maybe later I'll talk about some of these things, but as of right now, probably not. You know, I don't want to release everything, tell everything. um, but I did feel great afterwards. Am I friends with that person today? No. Do I see, like, if I see them walk by or something like that in the street, I'll say hi. Same thing goes with like any of my exes. Like, if I saw them walking by, I'm like, hey, what's up? How's it going? You know, hope you're doing good. And like, if it leads into a conversation, like a small little conversation like that, I'm more than happy to have a little conversation. Am I gonna sit there and be like, we should hang out some other time, like some again, or maybe we should catch? No, you're not gonna see me do that shit. But yes, definitely always try to have a positive outlook. And it's hard to, like, especially if you're still mad at that person. It's weird, like, because when I talked to my buddy, I was still, I don't know why, because it happened a long time ago. Even when we, like, talked about it, it still kind of, like, made you upset, right? Like, got you angry. But then after you talked about it, he apologized. Because I tried fighting him too, because of it, because it just made me super upset. You just felt good afterwards, right? Like, you went through that whole, like, it's like, ah, shit, there he is, you know? Like, now we got to have this awkward conversation. So now you have that weird feeling. And then after you have, like, while you're having the conversation, like, things come up and you're just like, well, you fucking did this and, like, this, and this. And, like, you start getting mad, right? You start getting upset. And then afterwards, when you start talking about it, then you're like, yeah, we were fucking dumb, you know? Like, we're stupid, like, we're young, this is and that. You know, that kind of, it's like a roller coaster of emotions, right? And then after that, I was just like, all right, cool, you know, like we're good, you know. Then after we kind of like just apologized to each other, I was like, all right, well, hope you do good, you know, whatever. I wasn't never like, hey, we should catch up, let's hang out. Definitely not me. But I did feel great afterwards. I felt good knowing that was done with and over with, you know. And next time you saw this person, it was gonna be that awkward. 'Cause next time I saw him, I was just, hey, what's up, bro? That was it. It wasn't like, hey, what's up? Let's hang out, chill, let's talk, let's hang out, let's go get dinner. You know what I mean? Like, it was nothing like that. So, and the last one that we do have is personal freedom. Forgiving liberates individuals from shackles of the past, offering a freedom to embrace the present and future with a renewed sense of optimism. And I can see this one, right? But again, like, this is what I mean. Like, it doesn't bug me like that to the point where those other ones did. The one with my buddy, and I don't even say buddy, the one with the guy that I forgave, it was more because we were in the same place. That's why that conversation happened. It wasn't that I went out of my way to have a conversation with this person. It was just we were in the same place. And so that conversation happened, right? Which was good. It was meant to be. And just the other one, just because it really bugged me that I had yelled at her like that. And trust me, when I said I called her a bunch of names, I was very, very disrespectful. And I'm not like that. So that's why I wanted to, like, apologize for that. And I felt great afterwards. I was talking to a girl at the time. So it wasn't like I was trying to get back with her. It was just like I just needed to get it off. Like, I just needed to say something. And before, like, because I don't know why, it just kept bugging me. It just kept bugging me. It's really hard to explain. That day would come back into my head and just be like replaying, like, fuck, man, you should have took some time and just not reacted like that, you know, because that just, it happened. I reacted instantly obviously with anger, and a lot of things were said and not very nice things. And that's definitely not like me. I definitely do, like, I'm the type to open the door, like, do little gifts, like, treat them like a queen, like, all this, talk to them nice. Never have I used some of those words with anybody, like with a girl. With your friends messing around, that's a different story. But with her, like, and I actually at the moment like meant them. You know, like when you say them with anger like that. So, so maybe trying some of these things, whoever you're, like, if to me, like the beginning one that I mentioned about my ex, if it's bugging you like that, just try to figure it out, get that past your life, you know, move on from that, and just do say your piece, your part, whatever. And if they don't, like, obviously on good terms with you either, like whatever they're gonna say, they're gonna say. But just know that you got it off your chest, you know. Because me going into reaching out to my ex through email was more of like, I wasn't, even if I didn't get a response, right, I was just gonna be fine knowing that I just sent that email. Because once I sent it, I was like, damn, it was long too. So after I hit send, I was like, damn, all right, cool, whatever. And I just left it. And then I didn't notice, but she had emailed me back. I think it was either that day or the next day, but I didn't see it for like a few days because at that time I wasn't really checking emails. Because I forgot what. I think I did have an iPhone, but I never really connected my emails to my phone because I hate the little notification on the email thing. It gives me anxiety, and now I'm just over it because now it has like 3,000 plus like emails on there, and I'm just whatever, you know. Because before I had to say none, like I needed the icon not to have anything. uh, but then I checked it and I was like, oh shit, and like I can't remember exactly. I mean, if I pull up the email, I probably still have it, but if I pull up the email, I'd probably be able to tell you what. But it was more along the lines of like, you know, thank you for apologizing. You know, hope all is well. You know, it was, you know, that was a tough time and like stuff like that. So, and then the way it ended, you could tell like they were wanting a response to that. Maybe she wanted to keep talking, or I don't know. But I just left it. That was it. I said my piece. I needed what to say. Like I didn't need to go on after that, like, and talk about how her life has been since then. You know, because I think, like I said, it might have been a year and a few months, but I think it might have been longer. Because have I talked to her? Yeah, the one I was together with 7.5 years. I don't think we've talked probably in like 6, 7 years, maybe. And am I looking to talk to her? No. But I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? But everything starts to like mesh together. So that's why I'm like really hard. I didn't know I was going to talk about this. So, you know, obviously I didn't save dates or anything. But I'm thinking it was like a year and maybe closer to 2 years. I can't remember, to be honest. Now I'm just speculating. So, but it took me a little bit of time to realize, and it bugged me that entire time too, not trying to get back with her or like trying to make it work, more how I ended with her, right? With all those name callings and things like that. So, but that's why, like, maybe trying this, maybe there's something that a grudge or something you need to get off your chest to that person, or just forgive them, but I'm not saying get back with them. You know, forgive them. Like, say they did cheat on you, be like, hey, you know what? Like, you did. I don't know why you did it, or you probably did it because of this. But just know, I hope the best for you. I'm gonna be doing my thing, but I just wanted to apologize for me, like maybe disrespecting that person, or calling, or breaking something, or blowing the car up. I don't know. But maybe just try it. Maybe it'll help. Maybe as of right now, do I want to go and try to iron out these grudges that I have with some people? No, because they don't bug me like that. But again, if they're bugging you like that other one was to me, I definitely would bring it up. Like, if these ones were bugging me like that, I'd probably bring it up, talk about it, get it over with, get it off my plate, and just move on. But they're not. So I really don't pay any attention to them. So the only reason I'm thinking about them now is because obviously I'm doing this podcast episode. So, but anyways, I want to thank you guys for always checking out the podcast, always listening. Just know every Monday I do try to have a new episode. I'm going to be going to Cali here soon to do some content with Jackie, and there's this other girl. We're going to do all Spanish content. Hopefully, hopefully she's able to make some time to hang out with your boy and record some content with her. So until I get a confirmation, I won't tell you guys who it is, but as soon as I do, y'all will know. So anyways, thank you guys for listening. Give us a thumbs up, 5-star, wherever you're listening to it at, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See you guys.
I got tired of walking around with a mask on, smiling but my heart singing sad songs. Yeah, I was living for myself, I was dead wrong till I got the call.